We're coming across this meadow over here, and we had our first good whiff of a bear. Way off in the distance is our first view of Cliff, and Cliff Campground is right below it. That's where we're coming from, over there, across the river. We're heading that way. Another beautiful section of wildflowers on the trail. There's looking at Cliff again, a little bit closer. That up there is Mine Canyon. View of Cliff. Down in those oak trees is Cliff Campground. We're walking in to check out Cliff Campground. Oh, it's funny. Somebody took the propane jug that used to be over there and they put it right there for a seat. Funny. I imagine that's why they call it Cliff Campground. Too bad this doesn't have smell-o-vision.
You can smell the bears.
You can smell the bears and the beauty of the flowers. Coming from over there, every time I get to this section, we get lost. T-Mac's first time, and he finds a trail. T-Mac the man. What's left of the picnic bench? Little fire ring. Just be able. Change terrain very rapidly on this trail. Looking back, what we've been coming through all day.
Oh, it's over to the left.
Huh. Looks like it's had a fire recently. It's in this big meadow. Pretty cool spot. We're about a mile away from camp, going that way. Another homestead. There's the fireplace. This one's cool because you can go and they still have the root cellar. And this one here, that was the root cellar. Must have been right behind the house. I think this is the only one that had a metal roof. Here's their old farming equipment. Here's more farm equipment. They used to plow these fields. We are home for the night at Mormon Camp. There's the fire pit. There's the sign. Camp is just about all set up. Took some baths, did some laundry, which is strung out through all the trees. Long, hard day, but a good fist. Getting packed up. T-Mac's already packed. Hey, Ron. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
We should go take a look and see. Might see something scary.
I'm getting dressed.
Oh God, we're not gonna look at that. I got everything packed up in my tent. I'm letting it air out a little bit. We had a little condensation last night. Beautiful views.
Thank you.
Pack's going on. Getting ready to head out from Mormon camp. Going that way. Haven't even done a half mile yet. And we're already at river crossing number 3. There is no such thing as dry shoes in this trail. What's the thought for the day, T-Mac?
Get her done.
How was yesterday?
Long. Long and strenuous. Today's a new day.
Today's a new day. That's looking back from where we came from this morning. Heading that way to Water Canyon. Never ending creek crossings this morning.
Love it.
Really cool crossing. Number 7 or 8 for the day. This one's probably 200 yards right past the last one. Off that way we go. Once again, crossing the river. That's where we came from back there. That's where we're going, over there. Just got a table for prep and stuff. Little fire ring. Pretty cool little meadow. Be a nice spot to camp. Cool old fencing there. Not sure if it's from the homestead days. Pretty sure it is. Keep the livestock gathered up. Really cool little meadow. We are headed up there. We're on top of what we were just looking up at. Now we're looking down at it. We're headed that way. This is the last time we cross the sisquoc for this trip. Right here. Sisquoc, you've been good to us. Up that way to schoolhouse. And the trail to schoolhouse. We got 0.2 to go. Coming into schoolhouse, crossing the Manzana for the first time in 3 days. Go up here, have some lunch, and then head off to Horseshoe Bend. Lunch is over. Pack's going back on. Heading that way to Horseshoe Bend. At the end of the campground, onto the road of a trail. The donkeys are out today. Hi, Mr. Donkeys.
Hey, donkey.
Here's Dabney Cabin. The last of the homesteaders' cabins is still standing. Trail sign says where we've been, and we're going.
Oh, we went that way. Much needed.
Schmeed got shorter. Back on Single trail again. We're coming in the sneaky back entrance to Horseshoe Bend. Instead of walking all the trail all the way around and then back down to it, we just cut through the river. Aaron's over there. T-Mac is right here. I'm back in there. It's had a nice afternoon bathing in the water and the sun. Down here. Great spot to be for the last night. What's the word?
Tired.
How was the trip been?
Fantastic. Better than I ever thought it'd be. It's been a great, really good time. Great trip.
Incredible. Do it again in a couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks?
I need a couple of weeks to recuperate from that.
This is what it looks like in the morning. Everybody rolling everything up. Word of the day, T-Mac?
Get her done.
Get her done.
Beer and burritos, actually.
Yeah, beer and burritos. That's a better word. T-Mac demonstrating always leave a campsite better than you found it. Take a little time, pick up any trash you see, make it nice and comfortable for the next person. Pack's going on. 5 miles to go. The extra miles you gotta do to make a movie. Beautiful flowers, lots of trees, great views, really cool camp. There's one over there. One back in there. That's the one we like to camp at. That's where we came from. That's where we're going. That's the last time we crossed the Manzana. Up there is Potrero proper. That way to the switchbacks. At the top of the switchbacks. Coming from down there. Heading to the car with cold beer. That way. This is what the last mile of the trail looks like. First view of the car. Right down there. It's got that much more to go. Last creek crossing. The one that comes out of Fur Canyon and Davy Brown. That's where we came from. And this is where we stop. No trip is complete until we have our beer.